Hi everyone, my name is Yokanya Tembo and I'm going to explain a bit on the student record management system in relation to the different users that will be interacting with it. I'm going to focus mainly on these users from manager all the way up to the accountant who have a different view on the system. If you log in as an accountant, there are some things that you'll be able to see that an HOD won't be able to see. So I'm going to walk you through on how what each of these modules mean and how you can go about your business process. So without wasting your time, I'll log in as the head of department. This could be head of department for for mathematics or for literature and education of some sort. So you're an HOD for a particular course, and when you log in, basically this is what you are going to see. You're going to have 4 tabs to your left. You're going to have the exams, registration, student, and profile tabs. So basically in the exams tabs, what you're doing is you want to import the CA. So this tab allows you to import the CA, the results for the CA, the results even for the exams as well. So in the import CA selection, you have to choose where that course falls under. If I mark mathematics, for example, under primary teacher's diploma, obviously that's a school of education, and I'll have to choose that language or that course. Sorry, if it's literacy and language education, you will choose that course. So let's choose, for example, let's choose language and education, literacy and language education. And when I say choose, the system is going to ask me to choose where that file is on my computer that contains the results for that CA I'm trying to import. So basically, this is what the import CA feature does. It just helps you to select to import results, CA results for students. The import exam feature is the same as the import CA. You just have to be careful when importing to be really in these selections. If you're importing the exam selection, make sure you are in the import exam selection. If you're importing the CA, make sure you're in that selection. Failure to do that, if you import both the CA and the exam from this selection, it means that selection was going to overwrite the other selection. What I mean is, if I import the CA in this selection, then I import the exams whilst I'm in this selection, the first importation made for the CA is going to be overwritten by the second importation that you're going to make. So you need to be very careful that these two are separated. Know where you are, know what you're doing for it to work. The subject marking, basically, this one just shows you the changes that you've made to the grades of the students for that particular course. So for example, if I say this and say this intake and I say list students, what this does is that it's going to show the CA and the exam, how the two are combined to give a final grade of that student. So the subject marking just shows you what mark a student has garnered in a particular course. You're gonna have the system will tell you if they got a B, if they got an A, and if they got a C and the like. So basically, this is how the student marking looks like. So if you've successfully done your import CA and you also successfully did your import exams, these two are combined to give a final grade on how that student has fared. So basically, this is what you will see in the exams tab. Then when we go to registration, it has these selections here. You have the class list, reports, and of course, student status and registration. So basically, the class list, this is a file that contains all the students who are taking that particular course that you're marking. So let's say we stick to language education. Let's say I'm an HOD for this course, and I want to see how many students are taking this course. I'll just say get class list. What this does is go to download a file called the class register, and inside the class register you will find a list of all the students who are taking this particular course. So you have Amukena, you have Banda Agnes, you have Banda Angelina and the like. So the list goes on. It adds all the students who are taking that course that I mark as HOD. As you can see, it goes all the way up to 788 students. So the class register or the class list just helps you to get a sense of how many students are doing that particular course. The other way, the class list also helps you to import results. You'll be using the class list to import the CA and to import the exam results. So I'm going to explain in later videos on how that is done, but for now just stick to the basics. Then reports. Here the system allows you to generate reports, of course, for management reports, could be Senate reports on how the institution is faring in terms of registration. Maybe you want to know how many have registered for a particular intake. You can even generate a report even for previous intakes. The system will be able to retrieve all that and put on a paper or on a PDF, which someone can finally present. Student status. Here you basically see the status of the student, and it helps you have a sense of this student. Okay, their name, their program they're doing, and their intake when they started. So it gives you that sense of who this student is. It also tells you the status, which is of course what you are interested. So you want to see if this student is registered or they're not registered. So the system will be able to tell you that, oh, this student is registered for this particular study period, and they haven't registered for this other particular period. So basically, this is how the student share is. Being the HOD also, it's from this feature that you can choose the fate of the student, because you know the students, you interact with the students. So if a student, because you mark these students, student results for like in this case for a period of 2 years, you have an understanding of who the student are. You'll be able to tell how these conditions apply to the students. If they are on exclude, you'll be able to tell, oh, this student is on exclude, and you can actually submit. So the status here will change from registered to excluded. And if they're deceased, if they withdrew, if they completed, so you'll be able to correct some of those things. And of course, you can even choose for what intake, like maybe exclude for this intake, and you submit. That means that student won't be part. So basically, the student status gives you this control over the student, gives you a sense to see who this student is and if they're registered or not. Registration, basically this one, it just gives you the view of the biodata of the student. You want to see everything about the student, so including personal information, where they're learning from, the Chongwe campus, employment information, contact information, even their guardian, next of kin information. So basically, this is called the biodata of the student. This will be filled in by the students themselves when they log in into their accounts. Of course, even a profile picture. There's a provision of students to upload the profile picture. An interesting thing, you have also these other tabs, which gives you further information about that student. So you have, to tell you, their track and their intake session. It will show you the courses that they are taking, if they are registered. It will show you if, just 1 minute. It will show you, get back to it. We get it. If you say register student, it will show you, it will give you an option where you can register that student, program structure. It will be able to tell you that, oh, this student is a diploma course. That means they only write exam once at the end of year 2. So it will show you that, oh, actually, these are the courses they're taking that they need to write at the end of this year 2 and session 1. So it gives you information about a student, basically everything about a student. So that's about the registration tab. Student finance. This one just shows you how a student is standing in relation to the institution financial wise. So you'll be able to see their payment history about that student and the like. Then profile, of course, this one, you change some parts about your profile. If you don't want that name to show, You can put your real name here and update. Then the name obviously will appear when you log in. You can change your password as well and update and the like. So basically this one manages your profile. Thank you so much for watching.